Middlesex and Surrey continue to trade blows on the second day of their enthralling LV County Championship match at Lords, but neither side could produce the knockout one. The first part of day 2 belonged to Dawid Malan, who began the day unbeaten on 62 with only Collymore for company. The fact that Middlesex could earn a second batting bonus point after starting the day on 225 for 9 was totally down to Malan, who eventually took his personal tally to 88. It took Surrey the best part of an hour to finally get him out to end the innings, and even then it was with a strangle down the leg side. With Collymore left on 5 after more than an hour at the crease, Middlesex were all out for 256. It was now the turn of their seamers to see what they could do, and some bounce for Collymore almost did for Steve Davis. Yet Davis and his opening partner Jacques Rudolf set their side a very solid platform as they went in search of their first win at Lords since 1997. Both batsmen had to work really hard for their runs. They were given very little and beaten often, but slowly and surely, either side of lunch, they began to put their side just on top. They survived a good opening stint from Tim Murtagh and then got the board moving. Davis has just returned from serving the drinks for his England teammates in the 40+ degree heat of Sri Lanka, so acclimatising back into London conditions may not have been easy. He looked compact at the crease, occasionally unfurling a shot like this, as he and Rudolf took the total to 85. Middlesex's patience was finally rewarded in the 36th over of Surrey's reply. Ollie Rayner's third delivery was good enough to persuade Rudolf to come flying down the wicket. The stumping for John Simpson was an easy one, as Rudolf went for 45. Davis remained and moved towards a fine 50, as Surrey also reached 3 figures for the loss of only Rudolf's wicket. A push into the covers off Gareth Berg took the keeper to his half-century, made off 122 deliveries, an innings containing 5 fours. With Mark Ramprakash for once really struggling for form against his former county at one end, Davis played some gorgeous shots as he threatened to take the game away from Middlesex. But then back came the home side. On 62, Davis edged Collymore to Simpson with a total on 117, still 139 runs behind. Xander de Brain did last for an hour with Ramprakash, but it was not pretty stuff as far as the batsmen were concerned. De Brain should have been taken at slip off the luckless Murtagh. Ramprakash finally showed a bit of form with this shot, which at last got him into double figures. But he was finally out when Neil Dexter belatedly brought himself into the attack. On 17, made after more than 2 hours at the crease, Ramprakash was given out leg before to the Middlesex skipper. Then in the next over, Roland-Jones dismissed De Brain in the same way, also for 17, to reduce Surrey to 148 for 4. An extraordinary bit of footwork then nearly led to the dismissal of Tom Maynard, who almost walked all the way home and nearly lost his leg stump. He didn't last much longer, however. This time he kept his feet still, but he still edged Dexter to Berg to go for 3 to balance things right up again. Rory Hamilton-Brown and Chris Jordan survived the final few balls to go in with their side on 161 for 5, 95 runs behind, and with everything still to play for going into day 3.